The dispense module can be opened in two ways. By clicking on the dispense icon at the bottom of the screen with the patient record active, or in the summary prescription, clicking on the dispense button. Along with the prescription, any dispensing notes from the summary prescription screen will be carried through to the dispensing screen. You can delete, edit and amend these notes in the dispensing form, and no changes will be made to the notes in the summary prescription. This also applies for the patient's prescription. You navigate through the dispensing module using the three tabs at the top: Specs, Lenses, Finishes and Totals. Firstly, select the specs type from the drop-down. Check the RX. If the Update RX button is pink, then you are not dispensing the latest prescription, and clicking this button will update it to the most recent RX. Distance PD and near PD can be added as either monocular or binocular, and heights can be added as either above rim, above HCl, below HCl or on HCl. If you enter a monocular PD into the right field, it will be copied into the left field. You can then amend this left field if necessary. If you enter a binocular PD into the right field, it will be divided in half, and an equal value will be entered in the right and left PD fields. Heights entered into the right field will be copied to the left field, but that left field can be amended if required. You can select the height direction from the drop-down. If a previous PD has been entered into iClarity, then the button Get Last PDs can be used to fill in the PD values. By default, PD Exact is selected, but you can change this to PD Nearest if applicable. There are also boxes available to enter a faceform angle value, a pantoscopic tilt value, and a working distance. To enter frame details on the dispense, click on the Choose Frame button. In the filter description box, type in the model number of the frame. Click the Refresh Filter button, and then select your frame from the drop-down list. Select the size and the colour of the frame you are dispensing, and click OK. This will enter the frame details into the dispense. If you are ordering the frame, tick the Order Frame box. If you are completing a reglaze, then select the Reglaze button. If the patient has not had a dispense within iClarity before, enter the frame details into the description. If the patient has had a dispense in iClarity before, then after clicking the Reglaze button, you will be shown a list of the previous frames the patient has purchased. If the frame to be reglazed is in the list, then click on the product line to highlight it. Then click Use Selected Frame. This will enter the frame details onto the dispense. If the frame isn't in the list, then click Enter Frame Details, and you can free type the frame details into the description box. Also on this Specs tab is a button called Check Stock Levels. This allows you to check stock levels of the selected frame across all branches. The Supplier Details button will show you your account number and the telephone number for the workshop selected at the top of the dispense, and also for the frame supplier of the selected frame. Once you have selected lenses, it will also show the lens supplier details. If you have not already selected the specs type you are dispensing, then you can also select it on the Lenses tab. Only lenses matching the selected specs type will be displayed in the Lenses selection box. Lenses in iClarity are assigned to criteria. You can control what lenses appear in the Lenses selection box by selecting or deselecting lens criteria from the boxes on the right-hand side of the screen. You can select criteria by double-clicking. You can deselect by double-clicking on a highlighted criteria. Selecting criteria in the top box will increase the list of lenses, and selecting criteria in the bottom box will reduce the list of lenses displayed. For example, if in the top box the criteria 1.5 is selected, then all 1.5 lenses will show. If you then select the criteria 1.6 as well, you will show both 1.5 and 1.6 lenses in the box. Then, in the bottom box, you select the criteria clear. The list will now display 1.5 and 1.6 lenses, but it will not show you any lenses that are photochromic or polarized. If your system is set up with lens power ranges, then lenses displayed in the selection box will also be filtered by valid prescription ranges. If I now select MAR from the bottom box, it will reduce the list of lenses to show me 1.5 and 1.6 lenses that are clear and have an MAR coating. If I select 1.6 in the bottom box, it will override my selection of the top box and just show me 1.6 lenses. By double-clicking on a lens from the selection list, it will appear in the below right lens and left lens boxes, and the price of the lenses will be added to the patient total for this estimate. Show all lenses will override your selection box criteria and show you every lens in your catalogue. Putting a tick in a lockbox next to a lens will allow you to make another lens selection, but only overwrite the unlocked lens. This can be useful when you want to dispense a different lens type in one eye compared to the other eye. For example, a single vision lens in the right eye and a varifocal in the left eye. Ticking the Use Custom Description will allow you to type your own lens description. If the lens you want to dispense is not on your iClarity catalogue, you can use the Dispense MISC Lens button. This will give you a free text box to type the description of your lens into and the relevant price. On this tab, you can change or add the glazing fee. You can add a coating. You can add a tint if required. And you can also add a miscellaneous charge, such as a prism. You also have the Use Custom Description feature on this tab. Ticking the box will allow you to add your own description. A list of preset adjustment reasons can be selected for the frame, lenses, extras, or the overall dispense. After selecting an adjustment reason, the price will automatically be adjusted. These adjustment reasons are set up in the maintenance of your system. After selecting the discount reason, frames and lenses can be adjusted manually by over-typing If you have selected an overall discount, you can also amend the total to pay field. Ordering notes can be added and they will transfer over to the order. A required date can also be selected by ticking the box and picking from the calendar. Lenses within iClarity have an automatic expected date. However, a required date can also be added if the patient needs the spectacles by a specific day. Order type can be selected on this page, but it can also be selected in the ordering module. Once you have completed all 3 tabs, you can now confirm your estimate. Pressing this button will turn it pink and change the wording to cancel estimate. If you now close out of the dispensing module, the dispense will be converted into a sale and a spectacle order. Clicking Cancel Estimate will allow you to go back and make amendments to the dispense. At this point, you can also click the New Dispense button. This will allow you to dispense a second pair of spectacles, and the patient total to pay will mount up as you go through the second dispense. When you have completed the second dispense, you can confirm it, and you can then go through the door and a single transaction will be created with all the dispenses. If you don't confirm the estimate, for example the patient wants to think about the dispense, you can just exit through the door and the estimate will stay on the system for a set amount of time as determined in your system configuration, allowing the patient to return a few days later and confirm the order.